OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods.
I know you guys are probably asking yourselves, who gave this nigga the right to write a Bible? But if we all look past the lies and false teachers of the men that portray themselves to be the powers that be and seek the truth, our lives just as well as all that lives, lives are Bible.
OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods.
No matter what man-made religion we believe in, just being true to thy Lord within ourselves will bring us peace. It's gonna be alright, cause in hell, we can't win the war between good and evil without being truthful to the powers that be.
OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods. We OGs and young gods, OGs.
Hood, hierarchy, mob pad. Every single episode, man, we gonna give them a little background.
I know how I feel because I've been through that 1,000 times.
Lovely ghetto you, beautiful ghetto you, sweet ghetto
We made so much doing that, I started taking that money throwing the concerts.
It's your boy, Project Pata. Hood hierarchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, man, if it ain't in the hood, man, it ain't on here.
Hey, this your boy Mario Cannon, man. You rocking with Hood Hierarchy. You already know what's going down.
Team Pretty P stand up. It's a wrap. Tune in.
It's Deli Dale. And whenever I got time and I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, I don't give a damn if I'm laying in the bed with you. I'm checking out Hood Hierarchy. And it's just that simple, just that easy.
It's 7 Up, man, straight from Brooklyn. I want y'all to check my boy out, Uncle Beast, Hood Hierarchy. Get the dopest interviews, the dopest content, the dopest platform, straight from Chi-Town, man. You know what it is, man. We representing Uncle Beast, Hood Hierarchy. That's the highest of prestige. Get it? You already know, that's on game, you heard?
Well, I was saying this the one and only HD president, Mr. Bow Bow Bow. This is Hood Hierarchy checking in. I'm signing out. HD4, bow, bow, bow.
I'm booked and I'm busy. Yeah, I'm booked and I'm busy. Yeah, I'm busy. I'm about my money and not too many. Can't get with me. Stick to my lonely. Stick to my homies. Cause I ain't friendly. Ain't no gimme. I pulled it off the mud. Before I give this to you quick, ain't no showing love. I'm booked and I'm busy.
Yeah, I'm booked. Damn so busy. Schedule paper money, run it up.
F&G shit. Shot the whole day, go. Shot the bro Trey Boogie. We sliding. Sliding in the rental, trying to run the milli up. In the southeast, Trey Boogie been a plug. Rubber bands on the blues, hella panoramic views. If you get into it with the squad, you can never lose. It's on the flow like Yellow Rider. I got your vibe on her toes like nail polish. In the city, we get respected from everybody. You about to pull up on Trey Boogie, now let's chop it. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. Got it wet, it's not a cut. Ain't worried about what nobody else got, cause I got enough. Me and Trey Boogie locked in, he threw a lob, I dunk. Heard the beat and sauced it up, can't nobody go hard as us. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up.
yes. What's happening? What's happening, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. You know, I appreciate all of you guys because, you know, you could have been anywhere at this moment in time, but you here with me for a little bit, you know. Y'all on Facebook, Instagram, please come over to YouTube. Come over to the YouTube. Trying to run those numbers up. But yes, your big homie, Trey Boogie. It's the Friday night chop up. And, you know, we talk about mental health and physical health issues, you know, topics that matter, you know, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all that be tapping in. I appreciate y'all that, you know, it means a lot. You know, big up to everybody, man. Big up to everyone. Big up to you guys. And, you know, let me say, for the health update, I really won't know anything until like mid-September after I do MRIs and some other testing. So, but I did find out that that second spot, y'all that follow and pay attention and listen and be a part of the show, you know I'll be open about it. And the one is still the cancer spot, but then the spot that was on the back of my right hip, you know, the first one is on my right hip is cancer, but the one on the back, they said it wasn't cancer, but we're going to keep an eye on it. So, I mean, that's some good news, you know. The diabetes is under control. You know, your big homie feeling much, much, much better, you know. And I hope y'all are too. So, yeah, last week we talked about when life is lifing. That was about it, you know. And I kept asking, what are you learning? And who are you going to help? We had a good conversation last week, you know. This week, I want to talk about living for and in that dash. You know, the dash. You see them all, the dash on obituaries. You know, you got the born date, that dash, and then the day you went to sleep. Living for and in the dash. You know, that's important. Like, what are you going to do with that time? That's what matters, right? That's when you're trying, in that dash is when you're trying to break generational curses and stuff. Build generational wealth. It's that dash. What are you going to do with in that dash? What type of legacy you going to leave? What you want them to say about you? You know? As you get older, you think about that type of stuff more. When I was young, I didn't care about any of that. I thought I was going to live forever. I was young. You know, we listened to the old folks, the elders, but we all played outside back then. So, you know, you were a different person outside than you were inside. Period. I tell my kids that too today. Don't bring outside you inside. Come in here, you better know how to act. But yeah, that dash. You know, what are you going to learn? And who are you going to help? You know, you're going to live a intentional life with values and goals. What are you going to do in that dash? What's up, fam? Appreciate you. Yeah, what are you going to do in that dash? So you're going to live an intentional life with values and goals, or are you going to keep doing what you did when you were young? That dash. What you want your kids to say about you? That dash. your values. When you change, values gonna make you not want to go do things you used to do because your values don't align with that anymore. Your values may have you stop messing with certain people, friends and family, because they don't align with your values. You gotta be a selfish, generous person. You know what I mean? You gotta sometimes you gotta be on top of your values and make sure everything align with it, what you're trying to do at that point. Do I want to go hang out over here? Time is quick. When you're living like that, you're gonna have to make them conscious decisions, conscious choices. Because they gotta align with your values and goals, Because you gotta be focused and be about that action. Once you got your values in order and you know what your goals are, you got to focus on that and be about it. Like right now, I told y'all a couple weeks ago, your big homie back in college. I'm a college student again, trying to learn this audio and video, going for a degree in it. That's my goal right now. So I'm focused and I'm about that action, That dash. Your legacy. What you want family members to say about you? If you're at a church, what you want your church folks to say about you? Your neighbors. What you want them to say about you? What you want your dash to be about? What you want your dash to be about? You got to be people of integrity. When you get older, you start changing things up. Be about that integrity, You want to be honest. Want to be authentic. That's a big one right there, being authentic, because a lot of folks don't be authentic. Shoot, be a dreamer. I'm 53, going back to school. It's not too late. Every day above ground is a good day. Got to be grateful. Every day above ground is a good day, so be thankful, be grateful, and do something. What are you going to learn that day, and who are you going to help? What type of person you want to be? What type of person you want to be? I'm about to open up the phone line. We be here for a good time, not a long time. I'm going to be posting the number, y'all. But yeah, living in the dash. 619-720-1775. Living in the dash. Each moment you got a chance to do something better than you've done before. Leave competition out of it. Or if you're going to be in competition, be in competition with your former self, the old you. Living for and in the dash. And laugh. You know, laughing does a lot for you. That's a scientific fact. Everybody, you know, especially if you're dealing with stuff, everybody dealing with something, you know, life be life. Everyone going through it. But be grateful, be thankful, learn something from it, you know. That's what I'm doing, learning. I learned that I'd rather have money than be losing money. I learned that my health is important. I know that's right. Living in the dash. Man, that's deep. Yeah, I'm in my head thinking about that right now. You know. But yeah, something to think about it on this day, on this Friday, the Friday night chop up with your big homie Trey Boogie. Think about that. What we got this Thursday coming up. I got we'll be on Thursday for Let's Chop It Up. I'll be doing an interview. The flyers is posted. All the information is posted. You know, share. Tell folks, you know. As I say, tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe. Come chop it up for a little bit on a Friday night with your big homie, you know? Stuff to think about. But listen, I'll see y'all in the next Friday. We got Thursday and we got Friday, y'all. We got Thursday and we have Friday. 6:30 p.m. PST. Make sure you tap in. It's your big homie Trey Boogie. It's the Friday night chop up, y'all. I holla.
F&G shit. Shot the whole day, go. Shot the bro Trey Boogie. We slide. Sliding in the rental, trying to run the milli up. In the southeast, Trey Boogie been a plug. Rubber bands on the blues, hella panoramic views. If you get into it with the squad, you can never lose. It's on the flow like Yellow Rider. I got your vibe on her toes like nail polish. In the city, we get respected from everybody. You about to pull up on Trey Boogie, now let's chop it. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. Got it wet, it's not a cut. Ain't worried about what nobody else got, cause I got enough. Me and Trey Boogie locked in, he threw a lob, I dunk. Heard the beat and sauced it up, can't nobody go hard as us. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up.